soy Ricky de Bilingue Blogs. Thank you guys for tuning into another video. As you guys can tell from the title, this video is going to be talking about how to get Spanish speakers to speak to you in Spanish. Maybe you're timid, maybe you just don't know how to start a conversation because, you know, it's a blessing and a curse that we live in a time with so much technology, but a lot of people don't know how to interact face-to-face anymore. So I want to kind of give you guys some tips as to how to get Spanish speakers to speak to you in public in Spanish. The first little trick that we have is my favorite trick. That's what we're starting off with. It's my favorite trick. I call it the old fake cell phone call trick. So what you do is you go to a store or somewhere where you know Spanish speakers are going to be. You go to the aisle, right, where you see a Spanish speaker. Be certain that it's a Spanish speaker. Maybe you overhear them talking or something, or when you speak Spanish enough, you can tell, but when you don't have a lot of experience, you may not know. So be certain it's a Spanish speaker, right? Then you go over to that aisle. You pull out your phone like you're receiving a phone call. Then you start talking Spanish on that bad boy like, Oye, pero, ¿qué tú dijiste que tú querías de la tienda? Ah, okay. Make sure that the person sees you, right? And like you see them look at you, and then you get off your phone or whatever, and then you talk to them in Spanish. It's like a good gateway because you see that they see you speaking their language, so it's like they're kind of interested, like, oh my gosh, they're speaking my language. So then you speak to that person after you get off your fake phone call. That's like my favorite technique that I used to do when I lived in Springfield because it's like the most boring place in the world, and finding a Spanish speaker was very rare. So I'm like, oh, there's one, gotta catch him like a Pokemon. Oh, ¿qué es lo que está pasando contigo, loco? Oh, yeah. Señor, ¿tú hablas español? ¿Qué tú estás buscando? You know, like, it was the easiest thing to do, okay? So that's technique number one that you can do. Number two, if you want Spanish speakers to speak to you, go to a place where they would most likely be. So whether that's like a Mexican grocery store, for me, my favorite place was to go dancing. To dance bachata or salsa, I would go out dancing, and the majority of the people there are going to be Spanish speakers. So you're dancing with a girl, or you go to the bar and grab some drinks and there's some guys there, start to converse with them in Spanish, you know. You can be like, oh, is this a good spot? Like, how often you come here? Things like that, you know. Ask them whatever you want to ask them. Just talk about whatever. You can talk about sports because, you know, they're going to have the TVs on sometimes too, depending on where you go. But, you know, that's a great place to spark conversation. All you have to do is just initiate the conversation, or they may initiate it with you. Number three would be, you need some apparel. It doesn't have to be my apparel. I know that I sell my shirts, my Spanglish shirts, you know, my casi bilingue or almost bilingual. I have my que lo que mi gente apparel. Like, you know, I have all this stuff for sale, but it doesn't even have to be my apparel. Just get you something. I got this hat, this custom made hat because I love bachata so much. I sing bachata music. It says bachatero. It has the Dominican flag. So when I was living in Illinois at one time, I went to a store and this guy was like, ah, pero tú eres bachatero. And like we started talking about bachata in the store, out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting to do that. I just really wanted to rep that. I was a bachatero. The moral of the story is, if you wear something with Spanish on it, or like something that represents your favorite Latin culture, they are more likely to speak to you. The next thing is, when you hear that, is there anybody here that speaks Spanish? Or, ¿hay alguien aquí que hable español? That in public, you hear that, jump to it. You be the first one to respond. It's happened to me at church before. It's happened to me on the trolley in Miami, South Beach, I mean. It's happened to me in the stores. You'll see maybe somebody struggling in a store, and they may not say, you know, does anybody speak Spanish here, but you know that they don't speak really good English and they're trying to like find something. Then you go and help the person, and that's a conversation starter right there. You guys can become friends after that. When I was a manager of a store, I used to look for those opportunities, like, oh, they don't speak English, let me go save the day. Not even like I'm a rescue person, but it's just, it was more so for my personal benefit to be able to speak Spanish and also to help them out too. So that one you kind of have to initiate it, but hey, you're still speaking Spanish, you're still getting to practice. And like I said, you know, I think a lot of people don't really know how to initiate a conversation. Like, what do you talk about? Just talk about whatever's happening. Do you need help? Okay, well, this is what I can help you with. Like, I think that's how I learned the word mariscos. I didn't know what mariscos was, but she was like, I'm looking for camarones. Yo estoy buscando camarones. And I'm like, okay, I know what that is. She was like, yo creo que está cerca de lo marico. And I'm like, So I'm like wandering down the thing on my phone trying to look at what mariscos means. So it taught me a new vocabulary word, mariscos, seafood, right? So yeah, you guys, this is how you get Spanish speakers to speak to you. I say go forth and use these methods. Or if you have any other interesting methods, I want to hear about them. I want you guys to comment down below with your favorite method to get Spanish speakers to speak to you when you're out in public. Or even it can be online too. How do you do it? How do you do it? Let me know your ways. I'm sure others can benefit from ways that are not my ways. So just please share those down in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends and family, subscribe to the channel. Ya tú sabes, nos fuimos mi gente.